Ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news. In this video, I'm going to tell you what National Economic Council Director Larry Kudlow and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin just said on worldwide TV in regards to more rounds of stimulus checks and what they failed to say in regards to financial support for American small businesses. First off, you're not only going to hear it from me, you're going to hear it from all of these YouTubers and news networks talking about woohoo! More rounds of stimulus checks confirmed and reconfirmed and confirmed 20 more times. And I'm happy for everyone. I know that many Americans need this assistance right now as they are facing all kinds of challenges with the economy, with their own finances, with their health. And I know that this is severely needed, and I'm glad for everybody, and I applaud that the administration is moving towards sending more rounds of stimulus checks. Although, I'll keep citing the Change Research study that I've been talking about for months. 74% of swing state voters, these are the states that presidential candidates have to win. They're up for grabs. Practically any presidential candidate can win them, and if they win them, they have a high chance of winning the election. Matter of fact, no presidential candidate wins the presidency without winning these states. 74% of swing state voters want recurring direct payments. And 56% of Republicans in swing state voters want recurring direct payments. This is akin to what Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, and other lawmakers have proposed. Nonetheless, they don't talk about that. News reporters don't press administration officials and lawmakers about these issues. Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute. National Economic Council Director and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, again, they did say that they will send out these checks, so it's practically in the bag. In regards to the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance, you know what they said? Absolutely nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, they keep on talking about the Paycheck Protection Program, how they plan to refinance the Paycheck Protection Program. No word in regards to the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program. Let me repeat that. No word in regard to the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program, most specifically S.4227, the Ensuring Increased Disaster Loan for Small Businesses Act. This is the act that we've been talking about for the past week. Now, there were some good signs when Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin talked about passing programs for small businesses and individuals through individual bills. So among that exists the S.4227. Nonetheless, they didn't mention that. In that regard, I have failed you and am failing you, ladies and gentlemen, because we haven't done a good enough job to make funding for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program to be relevant enough for these reporters to press lawmakers and public officials to ensure that, according to congressional intent, according to politicians, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, the Small Business Administration was supposed to disperse full $10,000 grants to each and every eligible applicant, ladies and gentlemen. Why we haven't made enough noise about it? They're not talking about it. The reporters do not ask lawmakers questions or public officials coming from the administration in regards to it, and they don't mention it in any way whatsoever. If you look up tweets on President Donald Trump's Twitter feed, you'll see a high number, dozens of tweets boasting about the success of the Paycheck Protection Program. You never see anything in regards to economic injury disaster loans or the Advance Program, when it was a huge success as well. According to the Small Business Administration, they only talked about it privately. They don't talk about it publicly when they're making their grand appearances next to the president. But privately, what was the email read when they announced the conclusion of it? Small Business Administration Administrator Javita Carranza, she stated it helped. They sent advances to 8 million businesses employing 30.5 million people. And they have the gall not to mention anything about it. They just keep on talking about the Paycheck Protection Program loan. And again, I'm not knocking any of these other programs. If they've helped you, may God bless you, and may God bless you on your business's recovery. Nonetheless, It doesn't work for everybody. Some people may benefit more from economic injury disaster loans and the advances. So the GOP is planning to introduce a proposal on Monday, according to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. That's what he said today on TV. Now, this is just a proposal, okay? Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell actually stated that the negotiation may go on for a few weeks. So even what they already have in the current proposal, the Democrats they are going to knock down a number of things. They already knocked down the payroll tax cut, and it's going to be a huge back and forth. They're trying to slash unemployment insurance down to a third of what they were paying. The FPUC, the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, $600 a week that the federal government is paying for people on unemployment, down to around $200, 70% wage replacement. That's going to be tough. I could be wrong, but I see a terrifying week for markets this week, because that's going to cause a big problem. You're basically slashing many Americans, millions of Americans. There's about 17 million people on unemployment insurance. Millions of Americans' incomes by more than half. Ladies and gentlemen, like that. You already did it, because the announcements already went out that FPUC expired. Last week was the last week, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a proposal. They still have to wait for the back and forth. So I'm not sure if there's some type of secret plan to sabotage the Trump administration, because I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. He's not going to have a market to point to in order to boast on how well he's doing with the economy. And that's the one thing that, according to certain surveys, people prefer him to deal with the economy. So it just boggles my mind that they don't mention a program that has helped 30.5 million U.S. workers. And it's not only coming from the public officials. I hold reporters as fault. I hold the media at fault for this. Why they haven't put attention to this. I have spoken to a few reporters, and some of them have told me that they're just bogged down with everything else. And I understand they have a business model to run, and they're just behind what gets them the most views. Okay, stimulus checks, absolutely. So now we have to start to focus on what worked. What worked for stimulus checks? Although Americans aren't getting the recurring direct payments that studies are finding people want, and they're demanding, they did get that additional round of stimulus checks as per the HEROES Act. The $1,200, well, I'm not sure it's exactly as per the HEROES Act, but the $1,200 additional payment is definitely going on. That's in the bag. Now, what helped the success of this program, of ensuring that more Americans received another round of stimulus checks? Why? Because they made it relevant. I spoke about it several times on previous videos, how reporters explicitly asked, administration officials asked the president, will you send another round of stimulus checks? And after that Change Research study that found that 74% of Americans swing state voters, even more importantly, it's not nationally, swing state voters, the voters that presidential candidates, the president of the United States has to win over in order to win the presidency. 74% wanted recurring direct payments. The administration exclusively sent a statement to CNBC stating that out of everything in the HEROES Act, they would only support the round of stimulus checks as per the HEROES Act. So, to the attention that they're bringing to this program, that's what ensured that lawmakers are working with the administration, lawmakers who are running the U.S. Senate, Republican lawmakers, have pushed to the president. Now they're, quote, on the same page. They've repeated it several times. Mitch McConnell has stated that they are on the same page of everything that they want, how that's brought the success of the additional round of stimulus. As a matter of fact, another Change Research study that found that over 80%, 81%, I believe, and I'm not mistaken, over 80% of swing state voters want stimulus assistance through direct payments. So that's what's made it a success. So we have to make ourselves relevant, ladies and gentlemen. We, as small businesses, we have to put the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program, the full $10,000 disbursement to each eligible business, on the radar. So first things first, we've been working on sending emails out to the U.S. Senate Small Business Committee, the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship. As you know, the chairman of that committee, Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, his office got back to me, Mr. Josh Duncan, and he told me that they can deal with our legislative needs. I showed you the email that I sent him yesterday on yesterday's video. Go ahead and take whatever data points. That's your email. Take whatever data points you can to substantiate your argument and your demands for the full disbursement of $10,000 advances to each eligible applicants as per S.4227, the Ensuring Increased Economic Injury Disaster Loan for Small Businesses Act. Now it has 4 sponsors, okay? So we're good. It has bipartisan support. It has a Republican sponsor, Republican Senator John Cornyn from Texas, ladies and gentlemen. He was against stimulus checks. He stood in the damn in opposition, and he's for this program. So we got a great chance of passing. Nonetheless, we got to keep pushing the issue, telling them, listen, let's package it in the proposal by tomorrow. That's why I'm basically telling you, listen, let's go ahead and keep communicating to this committee, because they're the ones that are architecting this program. They're putting it together, and the congressional record shows that the sponsors actually referred the bill out to this committee. So they're the ones that are working on it. Let's try to get them to package it with tomorrow's proposal. And if they package tomorrow's proposal, that vastly increases the chance that this thing is going through. And a good thing, another good sign, I don't want to be pessimistic or anything like that, is that the House of Representatives actually allocated $10 billion for more economic injury disaster loan advances in the HEROES Act. So Democrats definitely want it. This is calling for $80 billion more for economic injury disaster loan advances and disbursement within 3 days. And again, I'm hearing your comments. I'm reading your comments. And I know that you want it to cover retroactive payments. So if you received $1,000 before that, you received the remaining $9,000 because the Small Business Administration, the federal government, owes you the $9,000, so everyone gets the full disbursement. Because it's not fair that only people that apply for this thing, that just applied for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program, that under these new rules, that they only receive the full disbursement of $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to get these people involved. We got to get on the grind, put the batteries on our backs. Everyone become the Energizer Bunny and start to push it. Keep on hitting them. Hit them at sbc.senate.gov. That is sbc.senate.gov. Go ahead also and give them a call. You have the number up on your screen. It is 202-224-5175. And let them know that you need the full disbursement of economic injury disaster loan advances so your business can contribute towards this economic recovery, towards this economy's recovery, and we can ultimately save this country. Because without you, without us, 31.7 million small businesses that employ 60.6 million U.S. workers, 47.1, practically half of the U.S. workforce, this economy is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Watch this video right here for more economic injury disaster loan and stimulus coverage. Click the like button if you like the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings. I will do my best to report what other people will not, and do everything that I can. Stop at nothing until everyone is funded with the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance Program with the full $10,000 disbursement and everything for which you are eligible, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.